Good morning, everyone. I think, as Sos also said, now it's France got a big pack, and they live for big moments at the breakdown and looking for turnovers, and got a distance kicking game, so there's going to be big collisions in the midfield. So for us, it's making sure we nail down our detail, and then with the detail comes a bit of dog that where you climb into a guy if he goes for a poach, or when it comes to a big scrum battle, making sure you're mentally in there, making sure you get onto the front foot and go forward for the team. So I think it's going to be a lot of physicality in the game. I think it's going to be big collisions, but it's something we prep for, and it's something we've been working since June when we got together at the lineman camps, working hard on the way we tackle, the way we impose ourselves physically in the game, and making sure we get momentum in that aspect. So for us, it's just making sure we get through our prep in the week, and then our bodies physically pitching up on Sunday.
Hi guys, it's kind of strange to hear another team thinking they're going to beat the Springboks physically. Does it sound a bit strange to you as well?
I think it's always, when teams play against the Springboks, they always talk about the physicality of the game, and I think probably between Ireland and Tonga this World Cup has been probably two of the toughest games I've played this whole year. So no, I think when it comes to the Springboks and the games we play, it's always because we try and make it as physical as possible, and I think teams do live up to what they say in the media. So yeah, for us it's making sure we get our stuff right, and we know France are going to bring a lot of physicality, and then it's going to become quite interesting on Sunday. I think yes. To be honest, I can't remember that long ago, but rugby's been quite tough on the body and the brain. But no, I'm joking. It's I think that game we had a hard look at it during the week, and in the analysis, a lot of things we did right that game. We changed a bit of our plans and the way we want to attack. So yeah, it was a tough game. I remember we got red carded quite early in the game. Played with 14 men. But still, we were in it till the end, had a lead with about 5 minutes to go. So I think there's a lot of learnings we took from it, and we did our analysis on that game and watched where we could have improved to actually get the victory at the end. So yeah, I think it's that experience from that game was gonna help us a lot this weekend. But it's still, we need to pitch up and actually play proper rugby on Sunday.
Hi Stephen. In your game with Ireland, it was incredibly physical, but it was noticeable that there were no cards, that both teams' tackle technique was excellent. How much work do you guys put into that? How important is it in knockout rugby that obviously you don't get a card, because it could be crucial?
As you said, it's extremely crucial, and I think there's like Felix and Jacques has spoken a lot about like the points deficit you're going into if you concede a yellow or red card. So for us, it's been one of the big focus points since we got together in June, making sure our discipline is in the right place, our tackle height is proper, the way we enter breakdowns, the way we make collisions, it's all below tit height, and making sure we get our stuff right, so we avoid a card or a foul play penalty. So I think, especially when it comes to knockouts, making sure you get your tackle technique right, the way you enter breakdowns, it's going to be a key difference when it comes to a close game, conceding a penalty and a yellow card, and then giving the opposition an opportunity to enter a 22 or to kick a goal. So with big games like this, it normally ends with a scoreline of 2 points or a small margin where we have to make sure we can do everything in our capabilities to get the result in our favour.
Sorry, Stephen, I'll hold for you. Obviously, playing test rugby, coming with that, there's a lot of nervousness, perhaps maybe angst. World Cup knockout matches probably takes that a notch up. Just explain to us what the difference there might be. It does become easier. I mean, you're a guy with vast experience, so does it become easier?
No, it doesn't. I won't say it becomes easier. I think the way you prepare in the week makes the weekend easier. If getting through your checklist, making sure you've ticked all the boxes and you're in the right mental frame of mind going into a big weekend like this, it makes it easier because then you can only focus on your work rate and you can focus on your physicality on a Sunday, and then the result will take care of itself. But I think when things don't go well in the week, then there's added pressure. I think there's pressure because of the big occasion, but we did a lot of work in the week, and we've had last week to already start prepping. So for us, it's just making sure we tick the boxes, or for me personally, it's making sure we tick the boxes and then just pitch up and execute on what we trained and what we focused on during the week.
A question for Stephen. Can I ask you what level of performance you think it will take this week against France compared to perhaps some previous big victories you've had? And is it possible you may have to go back to a level that you've never actually been before?
Yeah, I think every test match is you need maximum performance and you need to be 100% switched on. I think especially this weekend it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere in the stadium. It's going to be loud. It's going to be I think it's going to be big moments in the game that could swing either way. But I think mentally being switched on and not letting a small moment cost you a game or missing out on a finer detail that could concede points. I think you're going to have to go to a dark place quite early in this game because of where the physicality is going to be, where we're going to try and push it tempo-wise, and I think it might get to a point where some players haven't been, and we'll see on Sunday if both teams are willing to go to that dark spot quite early.
Hi, question for all three, or anyone who wants to answer. It's sort of slightly similar, but this quarter-final's been talked about as possibly the biggest or highest level quarter-final in World Cup history. I don't know if that's correct or not, maybe it's impossible to judge, but just from within your camp, does it feel a bit like that? Do you reflect upon it in that way at all?
No, I think, as you said, it's going to be difficult to say if it's going to be the toughest or most talked about World Cup quarter-final, but we could definitely feel like even since post-Tonga, when we started prepping for the quarter-finals, because we weren't sure what's going to happen with the Scotland-Ireland game, and then getting that, seeing that result, and then building up into this week. There's been a lot of intensity and a lot of focus when it came to training. So it hasn't been hyped up about how big in history this match might be, but for us it's all about playing well and getting a victory on Sunday. So there's been a lot of intensity in the week. There's been a lot of focus in the way we run our splits, the way we did our lineouts, the way we did our scrums, the way we focus on our kicking game, defence and attack. There's been a lot more detail, in my opinion, thrown into the players to make sure that everyone's in the right frame of mind, everyone's in the right understanding exactly how big of an occasion this is personally for us. It's been intense, but it's also been very good and very exciting, and it just builds on that excitement that it's going to happen on Sunday.